Hello to all you terrific teachers out there. Let's talk about something we use a lot in our everyday lives. Whether we're adjusting recipes to bake our favorite chocolate chip cookies, gathering materials for a home reno project, or calculating sales prices at our favorite store. Hello, Target. Did you guess it? Multiplication of fractions, of course. While the mathematical algorithm for multiplying fractions can be relatively easy for our students to use and compute, as educators, we don't just want our budding mathematicians to understand how something works. We also want them to understand why something works. We know that making math less abstract and more concrete is an incredibly important part of helping our students to understand it, engage with it, and it will make them much more likely to feel the urge to roll up their sleeves and just have fun playing with it. So, how can we make multiplications of fractions less robotic and more intuitive for our brilliant young friends? Drum roll, please. Bum, 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 bum. By using the area model. The area model involves 3 easy steps that are totally rad. Allow me to explain. First, we'll draw a rectangle. Then, we'll cut across that rectangle. And finally, we'll cut down the rectangle. See what I mean? Totally rad. Let's try it out on 1/4 times 2/3. Now, we all know the algorithm for multiplying fractions dictates that first we multiply the numerators, then we multiply the denominators, and boom, we get our answer, 2/12. Of course, we can simplify this, but for now, I want to stick with our answer of 2/12. So, why is the answer 2/12? Let's explore this question a bit more by using our rad new method, the area model. We begin by drawing our rectangle. Fabulous. Now that we have it, let's move on to step 2. Cut across the rectangle. To do this, we are actually going to look at our second fraction of 2/3. More on that in a moment. We know our denominator will tell us how many equal-sized pieces we need to cut. Here, our denominator is 3, meaning we need 3 equal-sized pieces. So let's get slicing already. We can cut across to create our 3 equal-sized pieces. Gorgeous. Our numerator tells us how many of those pieces we're actually interested in. Here we can see that we are only interested in 2 of our 3 slices. So let's go ahead and color 2 of these slices a brilliant shade of yellow. We now have 2/3 of our sunny rectangle ready to go. Now we can move into our last step. Cut down the rectangle. Now we can go back and get our first fraction friend involved in the problem, 1/4. Once again, we look to our trusty denominator to tell us how many equal-sized pieces we need to cut. Here we need to cut 4. Our nifty numerator lets us know we are only interested in one of those 4 pieces. So let's go ahead and color it in using a different color this time. How about a beautiful blue? Ah, that's lovely. Wait a second, do you see it? 2 of our 12 pieces contain both colors. In fact, our blue and yellow have combined to make 2 gorgeously green pieces. Who knew math could be so colorful? When multiplying fractions, we can think of our multiplication symbol as the word of. When I multiply 1/4 times 2/3, I am literally taking 1/4 of 2/3. This is precisely why we started cutting with our second fraction. We needed to start with that 2/3 so we could cut it into 4 pieces and take 1/4 of it. So if you need a great hands-on way to help your students dig a little deeper to understand why and how multiplication of fractions work, using the area model can make it totally rad.